Hi friends, welcome to Crack Grade B. We are back with yet another important lecture on the current affairs series that we are doing for you. So this is the PIB series that we run in our YouTube channel. So first of all, we would like to put an apology for delayed lecture. So we'll try to cover up as soon as possible. So this is from the 1st of March to 10th of March. The PIBs, the most important PIB summary. Let's begin. So the first piece of news is National Startup Award 2022, right? So there are a few things that you should know that this is across 17 sectors, 7 special category. Implementation agency is Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, right? Now, knowing the the 7 categories is absolutely not important, but you should know one of the area is Industry 4.0. Rest everything you can guess around it. Then each of the winning startup would get a cash prize of rupees 5 lakh. I hope this is clear. Then Operation Ganga. So I don't have to explain much about Operation Ganga. You might have already seen it in the news in so much time, right? 4 of the Indian ministers were flown to 4 different countries bordering Ukraine, that is Romania, Hungary, Poland, and Slovakia, right? For the students and Indians that were stuck in the war zone of Ukraine, they were flown back to India from the and all it's not just the Indian Air Force that airlifted. So Air India was involved, Jet was involved, and Indigo was involved. So all the national carriers, all the carriers from the India along with Indian Air Force has done the Operation Ganga. So when we read about Operation Ganga, we should know that there are few other operations that India has successfully done. One of them being in very recently where General V.K. Singh, who is the Minister of State in the Civil Aviation Ministry, has gone to Yemen. So that was Operation Rahat. You should know this as well. Then let's move to the next piece of news. National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, right? NCPCR. So it celebrated its 17th foundation day, means 17th year of existence at 15th August, ground Red Fort, New Delhi. The motto is Bhavishya Rakshati Rakshat. Okay, so I'm not that good in Hindi. So if I have made any mistake, please pardon. Then let's move to the next one. The next information. So what other thing you should know that NCPCR and Border Security Force runs a special initiative called Sahara, where if any Jawan or if any officer from the BSF gives the supreme sacrifice for the nation, then their children, the psychosocial counseling and support to their children is being given under the initiative Sahara. You should know this. Rest, as you all know, in our current affair material, we do provide all the informations about the static part related to that news, right? And we have done it in this as well. So that you don't have to hunt the static part anywhere else, right? Then National Commission for Safai Karmacharis. So I'll tell you a very important thing which I would say many of you did not knew was this one. Okay, this line. Earlier, it was statutory body which was established under National Commission for Safai Karmacharis Act 1933 on 12th August 1994. But the National Commission for Safai Karmachari is currently a non-statutory body. So you should know this, even if this doesn't come directly in your paper, but indirectly somewhere or the other way you can mention it. Let's say you have to write something on something related to social justice or empowerment in your ESI paper. So if you have to mention something related to this, then you can straight away mention this point. So now what happened currently is the Union Cabinet has approved the tenure of tenure of National Commission for Safai Karmacharis for 3 years. Very important point, right? Then the composition is chairperson, vice chairperson, and there are 5 members. Right now, function, go through it, at least 2 times. That would be fair enough for this current affair. Then let's move to the next one, resolution to end plastic pollution. So this is by the UNEA, United Nations Environment Assembly, right? So recently a resolution was passed in the UNE 5, means a sitting of United Nations Environment Assembly in the Nairobi, Kenya. So UNEA is headquartered in Kenya, Nairobi, right? So the resolution called End Plastic Pollution. So what is this resolution? The resolution is End Plastic Pollution and forge an international legally binding agreement by 2024. Very important thing, and this is the static part regarding UNEA, which you should go through, right? So now, so these are the major highlights from the report. So it seeks that by the end of 2024, most of the country adopts that plastic pollution, the usage of plastic. How would plastic pollute the environment? When we use it, right? Plastic will not automatically come to the environment. It will only come when the human being uses it. So it's as simple. Human being should either restrict or gradually restrict the usage of plastic over a period of time, and it says they forced an international legally binding agreement by 2024, because plastic is one of the material which do not mixed up or which do not decomposes into the soil. That takes millions of years to decompose. So the pollution is not good even for the aquatic life and not for the life on earth, life on soil, right? So let's then move to the next one, Geological Survey of India to focus on mineral wealth. So let me tell you a fact. The GSI was formed with primary objective to find coal deposit for railways, but gradually the scope and the objective of GSI, which is headquartered in Kolkata, has increased, right? So recently it celebrated 172 Foundation Day with a key focus on expansion of mineral resource of the country, right? Rest you can go through it, you will understand. It operates under the Ministry of Mines and has 6 regional offices: Lucknow, Jaipur, Nagpur, Hyderabad, Shillong, and Kolkata, where its headquarters is, right? So let's then move forward. The 50th session of United Nations Environmental Program. So we have just seen that it was held in where? Nairobi, Kenya. So the key highlights from the is plastic pollution. Second one is sustainable lifetime. So plastic pollution we have already seen. What is sustainable lifestyle? India believes that sustainable lifestyle underpins the survival of our planet. For this, utilization of resource must be based on mindful and deliberate utilization and not mindless and destructive composition. For instance, the Indian PM gave a call to lifestyle for environment at COP26 at Glasgow, right? So see, when the discussion ended in COP 2026 as Glasgow, in the last week current affairs, in the finance current affairs, we have, again we have some information there, and we have put what was the India's stand on the COP26 in that particular current affair material. So we did not put it here just to avoid that repetition, because it's in the same month, right? So you should be reading it through connectively so that you understand. Then about UNEP, you will find it here. Let's then move to the next one, National Land Monetization Corporation, right? So this has come up in the Union Budget 2021-22. So now the Union Cabinet gave approval, right, to monetize what? Surplus land and building assets of the CPSEs, Central Public Sector Enterprise, and other agencies linked to government. right? Then it's a wholly owned Government of India company with an initial authorized share capital of 5,000 crore and paid up share capital of 150 crores, right? So let's then move to the next one, Sagar Parikrama. Now, what is Sagar Parikrama? Sagar Parikrama is a program as a mark of gratitude over sea, launched on 75 Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, saluting our great freedom fighters, sailors and fishers by the Ministry of Fishery and Animal Husbandry. So the question that you can get from this kind of information is which ministry has arranged this. That's it, right? It won't ask you to done for whom or launched under the which occasion, because most of the thing in this year and the last year is under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Then let's move to the next one. Report on UDIS, Unified District Information System for Education Plus, UDISE Plus, right? So report on UDIS Plus released by what? Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education released the report. Then the Ministry of Education released a detailed report on Unified District Information System for Education Plus on school education in India. Then what are the key highlights? So these are the very important things that you should remember, right? Like gross enrollment ratio. This has what it measures what. Then all this data, these are very important. And see, these are again common data. This is, I will tell you, this is not something new. Recently, in the last year there was a news something like that, where the UDS plus only report came, where you will find the same kind of data. So you should know all of them, right? So now about the static part of UDS plus. The ODS system was launched when developed by Department of School and Literacy in the year 1819. Very important system. Now let us come and let us see the one-liners, which we usually don't discuss, but I would like to point few important things like Jan Aushadhi Divas 2022, then National Mission for Clean Ganga, right? So National Mission for Clean Ganga had got an award as a special jury award at 7th Industrial Water Conclave. Very important point, right? So now let's then move forward. So virtual meeting of Quad leader. So what is Quad? It's USA plus INDIA India, then Australia and Japan, right? So these are the 4 countries in the Quad. So then let's move to the next one. WHO Global Center for Traditional Medicine. This is very important. So this has come up in Jamnagar, Gujarat, right? So this has been approved in the Union Cabinet by Prime Minister. First establishment of what? WHO Global Center for Telemedicine. So this is under the Ministry of Ayush. Very, very important piece of news. Then safety of women. There are some initiative under the Nirbhaya Fund, which you should go through it once. That would be fine. So a comprehensive economic partnership agreement. So recently India did it with the UAE, in talks with Australia, and now looks for Bangladesh, right? Now let's move to the next one. National Innovation Conclave on low carbon technology. Launched on 2016, implemented by whom? So these are the few key things that you should know from the static point of view. Obviously, in the current affair, you might not get that it celebrated 20th Foundation Day, but when it was launched can be asked. So you should know these things. Then recently the Election Commission of India, which has hosted virtual international election visitors program, right? 32 countries has participated in it. Then Pusa Krishi Vigyan Mela. Now, what is important here is theme and under which ministry and who organized it, right? So these are the few things that you might get. So that's why, we are highlighting it since exam is very near, so that you understand. Now, MOU between India and Singapore. So if this is a basic MOU, that's fine. But if it is something related to, social welfare, or something related to banking system, then it's become very, very important for you to mug it up. There is no other option then. So then we have, schemes in news with an updation. So this is one of the very important point, a very important part in our current affair material, which you should go through it, where we are posting week on week updates for any particular schemes, right? So you should go through it. Then with this, we have come to the end of this lecture. We wish you very good luck from Team Crack Grade B. Happy and thank you learning.